Huh? Huh? Where the fuck am I? Wasn't I just being engulfed in a... What? What the fuck? Is that coming from my chest? What the absolute...
Ladies and gentlemen, you know what time it is. That's right, another game of the courting ritual. Brought to you by the Black Goat with 1,000 Young. With special sponsor for tonight, the Haunter of the Dark. Now please, put your never-ending, forever-ending, and mind-bending, clicking appendages together to welcome our newest bachelor, Joseph Carter.
What is happening? How? These lights are so bright. I can't... Is there even an audience out there? Shit, is this a podium? I don't know what I'm supposed to...
Dr. Cardiff is Hobbs, New Mexico's most eligible bachelor. Recently single due to an unfortunate passing. Dr. Cardiff is ready to get back into the ritualistic convergence of flesh. And boy, is he a hot mountain of flesh. Dr. Cardiff graduated summa cum laude from Notre Dame with a PhD in analytical biochemistry. He's a fitness expert, trained in multiple forms of martial arts, and his newly dead husband once described him as a teddy bear in wolf's clothing while they were being intimate.
How would you know what Egon said? Wait, Egon's dead.
And the best part? Well, he wears no mask.
Read the cards and ask the questions so the ritual may proceed.
Why? I can't... Please, he can't be dead. We weren't supposed to stay there this long. We had a life planned. Please.
Read the fucking cards. Things can get much worse for you.
Oh, God. I'm in hell, aren't I? Oh, God. Okay. This isn't real.
Read.
Fuck. Okay. Bachelor number 1. You made it out of the fire that killed my husband. Wait. That's right, the fire. What did you do after my husband burned alive in front of me?
Well, I have to be honest with you. I don't really remember the fire being set or what happened until I woke up outside of the house. But I was told that I was saved by our friend Glenn. He found me at the top of the stairs and dragged me out of the house. Really at the right place at the right time. That guy, he's always in the right place at the right time. Interesting. I wonder what's up with that. Anyway, I talked to an EMT. I got a breathing treatment. I have a lung problem. You've probably heard. I've probably told you. I tell everybody. And then Glenn and I just went back to his house and waited for everybody to get there. We had a little bit of a heart-to-heart debrief. You know how family stuff is. I mean, you gotta talk to your people. And then we all just went to sleep. And I had a really weird dream about my partner, Brian. And he was being burned in a forest fire, I think. I don't remember everything about the dream. I just remember waking up in a cold sweat and feeling a profound sense of loss I haven't really felt in a long time. I haven't seen Brian in years. I imagine this is kind of how you're feeling right now, huh? Well, anyway, what are you doing here? I thought you would have died in the fire.
I don't know. Fuck. Okay. Bachelor number 2. You were also involved in the fire that burned the flesh from my husband's body. What did you do after my husband burned alive in front of me?
Well, I guess I must have blacked out. I found myself looking at Egon's work on the bed of a truck, and I guess it started to make sense in sort of a magic eye sort of way, where if I blurred my thoughts and my vision, I could see that this math is predicting human behavior. Oh, if I could use math to predict people and understand how people work. But yeah, I don't really remember how I got there, and I must have just grabbed the papers and run out. And then this guy drove up in a silent car, and he said he was from some I don't know, some business, March Technologies. I don't know what they have to do. His name was John Jameson, and he already knew me, and it was already too friendly. I don't know. And I guess after leaving him, I just had a thought of Glenn, and I went back and my friends were there. Well, at least I think they're my friends. I feel like after this event, I have better insight into their lives, like almost that I lived it with them. And then Terrence was my med student, and he would come and he'd watch me do autopsies, and he used to know things. And then he couldn't identify even basic anatomical structures. He couldn't tell me the difference between an external and internal jugular. I don't even know. And before I knew it, I looked down and I was doing an autopsy on Terrence. And that wasn't even my player's idea. It just happened.
It's all coming back to me. You all showed up at my house. You took me downstairs. Egon, God, poor Egon was down there, and you lit it all on fire. Why?
Look, dude, I'm sorry. I didn't want to do any of that. But the truth is, I didn't have a choice. The guy who plays me crit failed his human role when I was watching you guys through the basement window, and he decided to play that out as me misreading the situation and thinking you guys were all in on some unnatural plot against me. I didn't realize the truth until we had that mind meld moment, and I knew for real what you guys were all thinking. After that, I bolted down the street. Things get kind of fuzzy there for a minute, but ultimately I found myself standing on the shore of Miller's Lake, so I started walking. I ran into a lady named Olivia and a guy named Noah, who I'm pretty sure like the Canadian version of whatever Fruman and Fredrickson are. They seem to be checking out some goo, like the oily dirt that Fredrickson found way back when we first got here. Hey, turns out they have an Isuzu Rodeo too, and people had been mistaking them for us, so no timey-wimey business, just two similar cars. What happened next? Oh yeah, then they drove off towards La Quinta. I got a weird sort of tingle in my seventh sense that everyone was a cleanse, so I went over there. We filled each other in on what happened, which led to a nice bonding moment. It was weird though. That night, I had a nightmare about Daniel Rogers, the guy from the boys' home I used to stay at a lot, and he was just so angry at me. It was awful. I woke up, with a start, just cold sweat. I'd been thinking about calling him maybe once this is all over, but now I'm not so sure.
And now, Dr. Cardiff, you were smart enough to graduate, but are you smart enough to pick your quarters and to bask in the maw of the abyss forever?
God, Egon, please, you can't die. You can't leave me. Oh, fuck, my chest!
We are always together now.
You guys split up, you had a little bit of an adventure, came back together, and went to sleep, during which you had some fitful dreams, and then we rolled skills up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just some, I guess, record-keeping things. Patrick, we need to figure out how much sanity you actually have. That's one thing.
This
I don't
is
think
true.
it's a whole lot different, but that's something. We don't have to do that right now, but I'm going to, when I'm editing the rest of the episodes, I may just keep track of that. Okay, so you guys all wake up. What time is everybody getting up? Glenn's up, because you decided to stay at Glenn's.
Yeah, and we didn't go to bed till
I
pretty
think
late, right?
Glenn just meditates for 4 or 5 hours a night, and that's pretty much all he does.
He does like the
Yeah, he might
micro nap.
the Thomas
yeah.
Edison,
Fuck yeah.
like
That's
every
so
20
sweet.
minutes.
Yeah.
100% is a micro napper. That's
Instead of
amazing.
holding a spoon in his hands and waking up when it falls out, he holds a roach clip and it.
Yeah. And it's like, just takes one little puff. Just micro doses and micro naps. Everything in moderation. Yeah. Glenn's probably up cooking breakfast for everybody. So I think there's the sound of bacon sizzling.
Yeah, Fredrickson probably only sleeps for maybe 3 hours. And if it's like 7 a.m., he's awake making
I also
some
always
coffee.
imagine there's just like random people at Glenn's place, like weird drug men or something, you know, like high on acid sleeping or something. So what's everybody else doing?
I kind of assumed that FP just fell asleep on that couch that he had
Yeah, I think
previously
so.
been laying on. And I'm envisioning it as sort of an open, like, because this is just an apartment that's an old part of a house, right? So
Yeah.
you walk in, it's like an open room where there's a living room. And then the only difference between the living room and the kitchen is like maybe it transitions from carpet to linoleum.
Yeah.
And so when he starts like getting up and making breakfast, FP clearly hears the pans and I'm kind of like, is that bacon? And I just kind of like lay there with my beanie pulled down over my eyes and just sort of like get lost in the bacon moment, smell in the morning. But I'm up.
I think Glenn is whistling a jaunty sea shanty tune. I don't know what that would sound like though.
Nice.
So
Maybe he's
can
just
we give
singing-
a little like
He's just doing
rendition
the
of
Little
this?
Mermaid. He's just can I even do that? No. I'll just do it in post. Okay. And what's Fruman doing?
Fruman sort of like I imagine like fell asleep like on all of the papers that he collected as he was trying to like read them until he was too exhausted to go further. I think that he like wakes up with it and like has to fight the impulse of washing his face, brushing his teeth, doing his push-ups because he doesn't have any of that stuff. So he puts his papers like down on the ground and then does the push-ups over them.
While he's like reading, scanning. Okay.
Well, there's coffee, and I made some bacon. Got to get your protein. Does anybody want bacon?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I'll take some bacon. Do you want me to make some eggs?
Yeah. Do you mind?
I do not mind at
Roll
all. I make
eggs.
eggs. Roll eggs. Oh, dang it.
Critical
they're burned.
failure. Great
Critical
stuff.
failure.
Glenn's house burns down.
Yeah, this is.
Glenn's dead.
I think, sorry, to kind of backtrack, we had these dreams of like losing a bond pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think Fredrickson would have slept on the ground, like at the foot of the couch.
Okay.
Like just literally on his back, looks like a mummy, sleeping with his mouth completely wide open, occasionally gasping for breath from sleep apnea. And he wakes up with his back hurting less than normal because he slept on a very firm surface, but he is feeling a weird sense of loss
Yeah.
when he wakes up.
You guys probably are actually feeling each of you a weird sense of loss that's hard to place.
Yeah.
But also like a newfound appreciation for each other.
Yeah.
And a certain missing Cardiff.
Oh, he's not
I
there?
don't think so.
Yeah, he ran off, didn't he?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Hmm.
Like, all right, what's the plan
Before
for
I
the day?
respond, can I give a roll to see if I glean anything from last night into this
Yeah,
morning?
just give me an intelligence roll, we'll say.
That is a 15 on a lot. 85.
Cool. Yeah, here's what I have written out. And you're not going to get the full thing, but you're going to get a little bit because the full thing would require more study over days to weeks, maybe. Everything you're reading kind of comes together in your head and almost as if it's brought to you by an external source. And I named this like as if it was a paper. So it's modeling conscious neuron movement as non-collapsible waveforms using self-exciting point processes.
Yep. That. Yeah. I say, do you want to say that again?
Modeling conscious neuron movement as non-collapsible waveforms using self-exciting point processes.
Sorry, I just figured Fruman's going to say this at some
Yeah,
point.
that's a good point. You're right.
So I was writing it down so I could tell the others. And
Using a combination of Bayesian non-parametric modeling, topological data analysis, and symbolic regression of quantum supposition decomposition models, it becomes possible to build a machine intermediary that can try to predict where and when someone or something will be or happen. And I'm going to send that in the chat. Outside of you and I all talking, that is what I have tried to describe a hypergeometric spell. I don't think think you would know that necessarily, but you would know that this is very esoteric. So, and I think the biggest thing that you would learn that's like you maybe, I don't know about useful information, but is that whatever this is putting out there, it requires some sort of intermediary, something that's alive that this machine god can go through to provide information. You almost start seeing like all of these like mathematical modeling things as like almost a sentient entity that you're asking to like jump into something or, into a living creature.
So as you guys are doing the breakfast, burning the eggs and talking with Glenn, and Fruman is just repping out his sets of 20 push-ups. He sort of like hears everybody milling about, chatting with Glenn. He's just like, guys, okay. So I took all these papers before the fire burned them, and whenever I try to focus on this, it's like a magic eye. I can see the math and I can see all of the formulas, but I just never get it to like actually come into focus. The best thing I can tell is, based on sort of some of the writings about, modeling consciousness, neuron movement as non-collapsible waveforms using self-exciting point processes. And so, you guys get this, right? Am I the...
Yeah,
Fruman,
I've heard of that.
I do not understand what you're saying to me.
Which part?
Oh, a lot of it, but mostly that last part of whatever you said, that last part that I can't remember.
Modeling conscious
Modeling
neuron
conscious neuron movement.
as non-collapsible waveforms using self-exciting point processes?
Yeah, say it to me like I'm dumb.
Well, this is the magic eye part. Like it's hard to get into focus.
Is it something that doesn't make sense, like mathematically or biologically to you? So maybe something maybe a little bit more unnatural?
No, science and math can definitely explain this. It explains everything.
Sure.
All the math makes sense and I can follow it, but it shouldn't work. These calculations and formulas don't exist and aren't possible, but they all fit together and I can't find any flaws in the math. And I think that this is trying to build something that can predict behaviors.
Okay, and this was the things that Egon Springfield, is that
that's
his
right.
name?
The house burned down.
That he
probably
this was the
dead.
stuff that he was like chanting and writing down.
Yeah.
Oh, I love a good chant.
Glenn, have you seen anything like this ever?
Oh no, I was just joking. I don't know shit about any of this.
Oh, I mean, you just repeated my words back to me so fluently, and it was really amazing.
I'm a careful listener because I care about you.
Aw, Glenn.
I care about all of you.
We
We hugged last night. Do you remember that?
I do.
I definitely wouldn't have let you hug me.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, he's not a big hugger. I've tried many
things are
times.
different at night than they are during the day.
Glenn, that
Like
sounds
vampires.
predatory.
No.
You can't say stuff like that, buddy.
Glenn,
I have a lot to learn.
consent is my love language.
Do we have any of the stuff from the computers in the lab? Like, did we download that or get any of the information?
We stole the hard drives.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think we probably need to look at that to see how similar any of that stuff is to what Freeman just talked about, right?
Yep.
Glenn, do you own a computer? I feel like the answer is no.
No.
Okay.
The
I
hard
have
drives
these
are
really beautiful Tibetan like bowls that we can do the.
Close.
Okay, I could get those out if you'd like.
Don't we? Aren't the hard drives back at the hotel?
Yeah, we should probably go grab them. And I think we need to talk to those Canadians probably, and maybe whoever that guy is with the Cybertruck that Fruman cut in half.
Oh yeah,
All right.
John Jameson. Is that who that was?
Yeah, John
Yeah.
Jameson.
I'm like, hey Glenn, can you give us a ride back to the to the rodeo?
Sure. That's about where I found you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, all done.
He goes and gets his keys, pulls out a joint, and is like,
Well, one for the road.
and starts smoking.
He's not driving right.
Oh, it's fine. I'm actually worse when I'm not high.
I turn around. I'm like, just let him have this one.
That it doesn't make me feel better. But he's.
Do you want to drive?
I thought driving was your thing.
I'll drive.
No. I like just put a hand on Effie's chest. I'm like, no. I'm like, Glenn, can I
Oh,
drive?
yeah, sure.
Okay, then I
I'm a
drive.
passenger princess.
Okay.
Thanks. Fruman is like his like OCD is like bad enough that he wants to continue sort of reading papers, but just wants to like give up all sort of communication and just like focus on these while we're like driving around doing whatever.
Yeah. Fredrickson turns on the car, lights up a cigarette, and starts playing. What's the vibe he's having now? I think he's in a vibe of like a Simon and Garfunkel morning.
Okay.
He's playing like Sound of Silence.
You know, nicotine's a chemical just as much as marijuana. You're driving under the influence too.
Okay, Glenn.
No judgment.
Thank you for
No
that.
problem.
All right, so we drive in his Impala.
Yeah. And Glenn's Impala.
Yeah,
The
back to
Glenpala.
Mansion Avenue.
I forgot it's Mansion Avenue. We're
Walk
gonna
down
rock.
to Mansion Avenue.
So stupid.
So it's every
Thanks
time.
for reminding me of that. Yeah, you guys get to Mansion Avenue. It looks like obviously there was a bunch of, there's a burnt down mansion. So it was like there are firefighters, there are cops.
Are they still there? Have they all kind of...
I think they've kind of dispersed and the mansion is a smoldering ruin. And
Could
so
I-
I'm imagining there's probably people out and about because it's like 9 o'clock in the morning, we'll say. And I think there's probably enough people who like are kind of looking like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like neighbors and stuff.
Can I do a search roll or something to see if I notice anybody that seems like a little too interested
Yes.
or like someone that seems suspicious?
Sure. Go ahead and roll me. I'm like cognizant that we never roll. So I'm like,
61
yes.
on a 63.
Cool. No. But you guys need to roll more.
I do
so.
a thorough search and I'm like, you know what? I don't see anybody really poking around. So that's good.
No, there's just like neighbors out. You know, there's people like in their robes and stuff, kind of like with a cup of coffee watching the smoldering ash. You guys had parked in front of the house, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I guess.
I just
Roll
walk up to the car, like I park Glenn's car down the street and I'm like, hey, thanks, man.
Oh, yeah,
I'm like,
no
I'm
problem.
like, Fruman, FP, let's go. I kind of like shake Fruman a little bit to be like, hey, wake up.
What? Huh?
We're gonna go to the rodeo. Come on, bring your stuff.
Okay. Yep.
On it, boss.
Look natural. Look like you know what you're doing.
Fruman hears none of this and is just still like walking with like the
Yeah, nose
papers and
and
just
papers.
like flipping through. It's like,
Just this tall worm, man.
Yeah, I'd say maybe he's like slithering, like a little,
Yeah.
little sexy snickety snack. Like, ooh.
I almost imagine somebody like you just sort of Mr. Magooing your way like down the street.
Yeah, Glenn's like pulling stuff out of the way. No, I think Glenn's like,
I'm probably gonna go to Burger King. See you guys later.
and then he gets
Bye.
Oh, fuck
See
you.
man.
Don't
you're-
fucking bring up Burger King.
You're reining us back into Burger King.
Glenn, take us with you.
Oh,
We have to go back to the Burger
See if
King.
you get stuck in a time loop too.
oh, I'm pretty high, so probably.
Are you sure you're not in a time loop now?
How can you tell?
Maybe we're all in a time loop, friend.
Yeah, probably. I mean, kinda.
That's what the Buddha says, and then he gets in the car and drives off.
All right, yeah. I just walk over and like get in the car, like
Yeah.
I did normal as day.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Normal as day. Let's get in the car.
You guys get in the car, and what are you gonna do? Where are you going?
Drive back to La Quinta.
Okay, La Quinta.
We've changed our
Wait, what was it before?
housing accommodations multiple times.
What was it before?
No, I think it's always been
Holiday
La
Inn?
Quinta.
Really? I thought.
Well, we always say every time you guys say you want to go to the hotel, you always say hotel, motel, Holiday Inn.
Oh.
Somebody
Yes.
says
Yeah.
that to some
Yeah.
degree. So it's been La Quinta, but somebody always
nebulous.
says hotel, motel, Holiday Inn.
As we're leaving the mansion neighborhood,
Mansions.
you guys look over and you see a truck that has been cut in half.
Oh yeah, probably spiraling out, like coming out of the mansion area. There's for sure a truck that looks like it's been like cut in half by something really, really, really hot, I would say.
So that was the truck, Fruman?
I know nothing about that.
Plausible deniability. Okay.
None of you were there.
I wasn't. That's true.
You're right.
Fruman is extremely embarrassed about sort of like this like weird violent outburst. He was
this
just like
raw show of emotion that he's
Yeah.
never had before. Yeah.
just very confused about all of it.
You guys roll up to La Quinta. That same sleepy older lady is just sitting in the front.
Just walk past her.
Yeah.
Go to the room.
Yep.
Like, all right, let's grab the hard drives. I'm gonna take a quick shower, change into another typical outfit, and
A new Billabong Life is Good shirt. Yeah.
and this time a pair of like olive green cargo pants.
Nice. Okay. All right. So you guys have this hard drive. Everybody probably takes like an hour or two to get their shit together, kind of. Anything anybody wants to do in that meanwhile?
I want to look and see if the Seafoam Green Isuzu Rodeo with Canadian plates is anywhere nearby, and if I see the guys from last night.
Is this the same people that the cops were tracking this other thing?
Yeah. This is the APB
The APB, yeah.
that went out in the first episode.
I thought that was a Subaru.
It was.
Oh, but they just said the wrong
Fuck
thing.
that up. Yeah. No,
You said the wrong.
I said the wrong thing. But also, it was supposed to be. That was the
right.
critical success you guys had. So.
Hell yeah. All right. Wait, what were you doing with the lime green one? Seeing if it's in the parking lot?
Yeah, I just want to see, are they here? Because supposedly they were coming back this way.
Yep. They definitely were going somewhat that way. You don't need to give me anything. You just don't see their car out there in La Quinta. You guys would know that there's there's one or two other hotels that if you wanted to hit those up, it wouldn't take a whole lot of time to just drive by them potentially.
Okay.
As the person at the front desk is sleeping, is there any way I can look at a registry to see if I recognize either of their names?
Yeah. Do you want to give me a little stealth roll to see if you can get past? So what I'm thinking is that you're down in the little dining room, kitchenette office area that we had said where you had hidden the drugs in that plant. She's sleeping, and I think you're I don't know. You can describe it.
Yeah. So I imagine that if she's just laying there face down on the desk, I probably
absolutely pool of drool down.
Yeah.
She's just fucking out.
I probably just kind of walk up to the front of the desk and turn the thing a little bit and grab the mouse and just start clicking through while she's laying there on the desk.
She's
yeah, just quick and easy. I don't want to disturb her.
Yeah. Do you want to give me a stealth for that?
Sure. That's a 76. I don't have 76.
You do have luck you can spend if you want, but also you don't have to.
Oh, no, I don't want to spend that much luck to fix it.
FP, you get a tally on a good idea on the marker board.
Yeah, the dry erase board comes out.
Can I push that roll?
Sure.
Encouraged by Fruman's.
So I guess I need to know what happens when I fail, first of all. How do I fail?
Well, I thought you don't know until it happened.
Yeah, it's just going to be a bad
failure.
failure.
Okay, sure. Okay, yeah. Well, I guess the way that I saw it was because I failed, I made too much noise and she kind of woke up and I was like, oh man, did you know that I saw someone hiding what looked like drugs under that plant in the dining area? Someone should go check that. Somebody looked very shifty, and then they went out through the kitchen. And then when she leaves, I just keep looking.
Okay, that sounds good. I like that because give me a stealth to see if she.
And
notices.
I rolled a 26, so that's a pass.
She's like, oh shit, again, and then she takes off. Yeah. So you are clicking through stuff, and you're looking for what are you looking for actually exactly?
I'm just looking to see if there's any registration information with. I assume they probably didn't tell me their real names, but on the off chance that they did, or I assume that probably there's credit card information. So if there's anything that looks like it was paid for with a Canadian credit card from Canada, or some sort of associated government organization with it.
Discover Amex, Visa, Discover, Visa A.
Yeah.
Visa A. Yeah, so I think what you find is that there is indeed, we'll say one Canadian address, and it is sorry, I'm trying to find the fucking names. I did this thing where I started taking notes in different Word documents to keep track of where they are, and now I just have 1,000 Word documents, so that's pretty unhelpful.
So I guess, are they still here? They're
No,
still, or did they check out?
They checked out. Looks like they stayed one night under the Olivia Johnstone. I think that would be the only one that has a Canadian address or to it, I would say. That'd probably be what you see. But they checked in the day before you guys got here, and then they checked out the following day.
Okay. Interesting. Is there any kind of contact info, phone number?
Yeah, there is a phone number.
Sweet.
Let's do example Canadian phone numbers.
888.
Wow. In Canada, you only have 3 numbers. That's crazy.
I mean, the population is substantially lower than the U.S., right? So
yeah, I lied. It's not that way. It's still 10 numbers.
Okay, I was going to say. I thought maybe you meant area codes, not just 3 numbers,
No.
but still, I don't know why you'd only have that many area codes.
Okay, so have you ever had to fill out your telephone number, but have it be the entire string of numbers, with the +1, whatever?
Yeah.
the whole thing. I recently had to do that, and I just like couldn't figure out because I was just like, okay, like my 816 like whatever number, and they're just like, you need to include like the country code and like all of this shit, and I was just like, I don't know how to like actually input this into like this like online form. And I was like,
Is our country code just +1?
Yeah.
We really are number 1. Wow.
Well, but it took me like a long time because then I was just like 816, and then it was like still doesn't work, and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Anyway,
Weird.
it
So
took me
it's the
way
+1
longer.
too.
Yeah.
Well, I bet Trump will fix that. You see a Canadian
We're
phone
gonna
number.
get +2.
The biggest
+69.
plus. The best
That
plus.
would be, if we were +69, that'd be one of the few things Trump could do that I'd be like, okay, that's pretty cool.
I'm gonna vote for your third term.
Please change my phone number. It's all I want.
I just wanted to be 69 over and over.
Cheaper eggs and better phone numbers.
Sexier phone
Yeah.
numbers.
Hell yeah.
I need my
when I'm looking at my phone number.
I want my phone number to be hot as hell.
69698008S. Or S. It is an S.
Hell yeah.
Just S in the phone number, not
Yeah, I
5.
did S.
I think
Like
that's
we
the name
added
of,
S's for
that's
boobs.
the name of the episode, 69698008S.
6969 boobs.
Boobs.
Yeah, no, there's a Canadian telephone. We'll just say that you know Canadian telephones because you've had to page Canadian drug dealers before.
Freeman immediately calls it.
Nice. Love that.
Sweet.
Can you give me a luck roll?
That's a 95 on a 61, so.
Can you spin
Okay.
luck to pass a luck roll?
Yes, it just gets harder and harder with each one you spend, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah, it goes to voicemail, and the voicemail is a woman that says, "You've reached Olivia. Leave a message or don't. I don't care." And then beep.
Hi, this is James from La Quinta, and there was just some personal belongings that were left in your room, and so if you want to retrieve them, I will. Here's my number, and Fruman like gives like a cell phone number.
Oh, does Freeman give his cell phone number?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, cool.
Feel free to text, and we'd even be happy to deliver it. So just let us know. Okay, yeah. Okay, bye.
Click, dial tone, whatever 80s or 90s cell phones did.
I think you just hit the button and it just went beep and then it was done.
Yeah.
I don't think so, but that's fine. We can agree to disagree on this one.
Sure.
All right.
Sounds good. You guys have now called some Canucks.
Sweet.
What are you doing now?
Look at them hard drives.
Yeah, should we go look at the hard drives? Can we go to like the school library? Where would we go look at these?
I assume that we have some kind of like tech gear in the rodeo, right?
Oh.
Freeman, you've got stuff to deal with this.
Fruman for sure has a laptop.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
Let's take a look.
Okay, so you guys are all piled into the back of the
Yeah.
rodeo.
Should we, I don't know, maybe check out and go back to Glenn's? And I mean, if the Canadians are only staying in a hotel for one night, maybe we should be moving around as well.
Yeah, get off the grid.
Sure. Yeah.
Harder to track.
Yeah.
That tracks.
What?
Yeah. And I'm like, well, if I'm going to be falling asleep there, I probably need my CPAP anyway. So I'll go pack that up. I pack up my stuff. Real pack.
Okay, so you guys all pack up your stuff. I imagine you're in like the back seat of the Suzu Rodeo now. And so there's like Fruman in the middle with the laptop. And then
Oh, I'm still sitting in the driver's seat.
Oh, you're not watching?
No, I'm like, I know that none of what I see is going to mean anything to me, so I'm just going to make Fruman explain it to me.
Okay. Where's FB? Front seat or back seat watching the computer?
Ever since Fruman said that it's kind of like a magic eye thing, that's all FP can think about. And so I'm actually not in the back seat. I'm in the back and I'm like looking over the seat at the laptop
like
and I'm
that.
constantly like
Yeah.
doing
Trying to
this
do
thing
your
with my
eyes
eyes,
crossed.
trying to like, I think I can see it. I think it's dolphins. No, it's not dolphins.
Just some Lisa Frank ass shit.
Is it elephants? A spaceship. An elephant on a spaceship. That's it.
God,
That's it.
fuck. Stop.
Sorry.
Like, keep looking. Just don't say any more animals.
Okay. And then he just says under his breath, golden retriever. Sorry, I'm done.
You guys are, as this is going on, you're booting up the laptop. It's whirring to life. You have the hard drives plugged in. And I think what pops up is a bunch of, we'll say, like CSV files, whatever, CSV files. We'll pretend like they were around in the late 90s.
But 100% CSV files were around.
Okay.
It's like basic Excel shit. Also, this is a nerdy fucking conversation. Listeners, we're very sorry, and I hope nobody actually knows what these motherfucker things are.
IBM Fortran supported CSV in 1972. Yeah, you're right. Comma separated values. I should have fucking known. It's in the name. Sorry to all the programmers out there. I apologize, especially the ones who are interested in the history of programming. You guys see all these...
We've lost a huge section of our fan
That was
base.
90% of the fan base. You see a bunch of files, it's a bunch of data, and then there are a bunch of scripts that have been run in SAS or whatever the hell they had in the 90s. I think it probably takes you a while to get through what all the data is like showing and like understanding what the data dictionary is and stuff. But it is at like a 20-minute look, I would say. It is very similar to what you were seeing from the notes that you had, except so it was very similar in that it was like these crazy leaps of logic that you're getting at and things that didn't quite like make a lot of sense to you. But now instead of it being about predicting human behavior, it's about like predicting protein folding, right? And so this is like the same thing, but applied to a different topic. And the same thing comes up in that it references some form of, as best as you can tell, like a machine god or a machine entity. And it requires that to really run things. So it's like you're looking at the data, but you don't have all of the applications needed to fully like process things.
The one thing that Fruben is specifically looking at once he has this revelation, I'm assuming that as it was being programmed or whatever, that code has been run, and can he sort of discern what the target was of or what the surrogate entity was how is this going to, I don't know, be aimed?
Yeah, so you basically go through a giant process of decompiling all of this code to make it into a human readable something or other. What you found is that it's using a nascent version of the internet, and that nascent version of the internet looks like something somebody has set up on their own, and you have what is a primitive version of an IP address. It would take a little bit of time to try to figure out where that is exactly coming from.
Can we actually call our handler?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, guys. Basically, everything on the computer is just like all of these notes, and again, everything makes perfect sense. It just shouldn't be it shouldn't work. There should be flaws. But I don't really understand this, but it appears that there's a signature saying where the computer was that was using this. I think that we should call the boss, Fredrickson. Will you? He's such an asshole. I can't talk to him.
Yeah, I'll call him. What do you want me to ask him?
And I write down on a piece of paper exactly I need you to look up this location or figure out where this sort of electronic signature is coming from.
So you write down what you want me to say on the piece of paper.
Essentially hey, we need you to look up this IP address and let us know where it is.
Okay.
So this
can do.
Whole thing is like a computer brain? Is that what this is? I'm understanding that right?
That they're trying to use to control somebody, to create a living entity almost, or?
No, it's they're making a magic 8-ball, but you get to decide what the outcome is. I guess it's a prediction model tool, but again, you shouldn't be able to do this, but I can't find any flaws in the math.
Okay.
So do you think maybe this ties back to how it seemed like they were using some of their computers in the lab to fold those sandwiches? Is that could you use this to predict the outcome of the...
It's protein folding?
Yeah, what you get when you do the thing.
So they're trying to make this so-called magic 8-ball to predict whatever they want, basically. But what is the vehicle? What are they using as the thing that is voicing what the outcome is? Is that just does it come up on a program on the computer, or is it an actual living thing, like a person that's being taken over or something.
On the computer version, it's a host computer or some sort of digital location. I can't, like, I have sort of for lack of a better term, some coordinates, electronic coordinates that would help us. But the paper version, the only thing that I can think of is that Egon was
yeah, that makes sense to me.
The magic 8-ball. And again, I don't know that I'm explaining this. I don't really understand it because it's like it is the magic 8-ball predicting the thing, but you also make it happen
by doing some type of ritual.
As though speaking, it makes it so.
Like all things point to yes, makes them be yes.
Weird.
I think after you guys have that conversation about what you think's going on, we see Truman whip out the phone and call, how is Agent Eggert? Took forever.
Nice.
Found it from E-Cell. How is Eggert in your phone?
In my phone, dickhead.
I love that. Yeah, we see you scroll through your phone.
It actually says dickhead.
Yeah, dickhead. Like that's his first and last name. Yeah, I think you call, it rings 3 times, and then you get the voice of Eggert.
Eggert. Yeah, hello?
Yeah, it's Fruman. We need your help.
Oh, okay.
God, you're such a dick. Frederickson here, and like gives you the phone.
Frederickson, what's happening?
I just need you to look up an IP address for me.
Oh, okay.
Can you? How long is that going to take?
Well, you caught me at lunch.
Okay, that doesn't answer my question.
Oh, I can do it right now.
Okay, should I get off the phone and you'll call me back?
Yeah,
or you can
give
do it
me
while
10
I'm on the
minutes.
phone? Okay.
What are you guys doing in the 10 minutes?
I actually get out of the car and I'm getting like a little bit restless. So I'm out of the car, like smoking a cigarette and start just kind of looking around the car to make sure that I don't notice any trackers on the car or anything. I'm like getting a little bit paranoid with the like computer stuff because I don't fully understand it. And so I'm like trying to make sure that there's like no trackers on the car or like anything that looks abnormal.
Okay. Can you give me a search?
That is a 16 on a 63.
You find in the wheel well of your passenger side back tire something. It's like a little piece of what looks like plastic with maybe a little antenna on it.
Okay.
Probably.
I'm like, motherfucker.
The size of your palm.
And I take it out and I'm like, Fruman, hey, there's a tracker on our car. I don't know what do you make of this? I'm getting kind of freaked out here. And I show the device to Fruman.
Oh, let me take a look at the closer. Fruman sort of like takes it and sort of like starts examining it. And I would like to make a roll.
Okay, what do you want to roll?
I don't really have anything good to roll for this.
Computer science?
You could melee it to death.
Computer science.
Yeah, do a computer science. Hey, do a computer science.
That's a critical fail. Wait, no, it's not.
Oh,
sorry. I had moved things around. Computer science is a 50. SIGINT is a 44. I said computer science. It's a 44.
nice.
Woo.
Oh, that would have even been a critical success on the SIGINT too, because it's equal to.
Oh, I'm a dipshit.
Yeah.
Okay.
We know.
Yeah, well.
So what you get from a critical success on this is that this is 100% a bug that somebody has put on the car to track where the car is going. On top of that, it looks far more advanced than you would expect. So your knowledge of computer science at like a 50 is like you understand, like you have like a lot of knowledge about computer usage in 1998, right? You would know that this is far more advanced than you would expect. So A, it is tracking, and B, far more advanced than you would expect. C, I think with a critical success, you would get the idea that if you guys were to take it and do something with it, you could potentially really confound what the person was tracking you with, you know? The idea that you could like take it somewhere or put it on something like a different car or something like that could really fuck up whatever it is the person trying to track you would be.
We take it and we put it on the swan boat.
Damn, that's cool.
Ooh, I do love that.
I'm of two minds. The only time that I've seen technology this good is Jameson.
Yeah, with that weird car.
Yeah, that car's the only technology thing that even approaches this. Like, someone's definitely tracking us. I'm of two minds. I kind of just want to call him and let him know, I know this is you. What the fuck? My other inclination is to tie it onto a rock and drop it in the lake. So that way it looks like we're going down to like...
Yes. Yeah, my thought was either put it on a a boat that's out in the lake to make it seem like we're going to that dome. But let's wait, obviously, until we get the IP address, because what if it's his IP address?
Oh. Yeah, all right. Yeah. Good idea.
I think at that moment, you feel the buzzing of your cell phone.
Do you want me to answer it, Freeman?
Who is it?
It's
Eggert.
It's
Dickhead. E. Dickhead.
I'm like, it's someone named E. Dickhead?
Yeah.
Electronic dickhead.
Answer it, please.
I'm like, that's what you have Eggert on your phone as E. Dickhead?
Is it incorrect?
No. Okay. Fredrickson here.
Yeah, Fredrickson, hey, took
Hi.
a look at that IP address.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like it's coming from, you hear some paper shuffling. Matthew Harrow?
Oh. And where
Does
is
that
it
name mean
located?
anything to you?
Yes.
123 Mansion Avenue. That's what I have here.
123 Mansion Avenue. All right. Do you know anything about March Technologies?
Fuck, nice.
March Technologies?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why?
Oh, they're poking around here.
They're poking around.
Yeah.
Okay.
They put a tracker on our car.
They put a tracker on your car.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Can you tell me anything about them?
March Technologies has got a lot of stuff going on. They put out a lot of like interesting tech stuff, way advanced. Wouldn't trust them as far as I could throw them.
Yeah. No. I mean, I'm getting that vibe as well. Okay.
Ask him if he knows who are they working for, who employs them. Is this like a military industrial complex, or are they espionage?
Like, is this like a private military group, or are they like a corporate group, or what? Who are they under?
Yeah, they're kind of new. You know, I don't know if they're an offshoot of BlackRock, but they're heavily involved in kind of the technology side of the military industrial
Like private
complex.
military
Private
stuff.
military stuff, but they don't do like the Merc shit. They're more on the R&D side of
Sure.
things.
Okay.
Every time I've met a March Technologies person, I've been impressed with the shit they have.
I suppose so. Do you know? Does John Jameson ring a bell to you?
I gotta say,
And then he rolls.
yeah, John Jameson with March. I think I've talked to the guy before. A couple years ago, I think I met the guy. He was transitioning out of a government job.
What
I
department?
think he was with the DOD. Had transitioned out of the DOD. How did I fucking meet that guy? Oh, yeah, that's right. We were out on an opera, actually. E-Cell had convened to check out something spooky, and Jameson fucking showed up. Guy asked us a bunch of questions about shit that he wouldn't have known. Shouldn't have known, at least. You know, offered us a business card, and kind of boned out after that.
What ended up happening?
Mission went down fine, took care of the vector. A-Cell was okay with everything.
Was it something that was kind of based in technology?
Yeah, it was. We were dealing with something that we thought was jumping from person to person. We ended up just, taking out a couple civilians, unfortunately. But, better for everybody.
Yeah. I'm like, Fruman, do you have any questions?
Yeah. Ask him, do we have any friendlies that are even remotely adjacent to March Technologies?
Do we have any friendlies with March Technologies?
I don't have any friendlies in March Technology. There is some friendlies in the area, though, that have had some dealings with them.
Can you give us their names?
Yeah, there's a Noelle Longstrom. She's in Albuquerque, I guess your guys' home base. She takes care of some of our properties. She's had a bit of experience with March.
Okay.
I trust Noelle with my life, quite honestly.
Oh, great. Anybody else?
No, that's the big one.
How did Noelle get acquainted with Delta Green?
Noelle comes from a long line of people involved with all this.
Okay.
I think her dad was a cowboy back in the 70s, actually.
Oh, got it.
We never read her in, but she's been at least quasi-involved.
Okay, and she's in Albuquerque.
She's
Got
back
it.
in Albuquerque.
Okay. Well, Furman, do you have any other questions for Eggert?
Bye, Eggert.
Bye. We'll be in touch soon.
Yeah, let me know how else I can help you fuck-ups.
And then he hangs up.
Like, that guy sucks.
He's such a dick.
What's his problem? And I flicked my cigarette out the window and spit out the window.
I just love how we hate Eggert.
I know.
Yeah, it's very good.
I'm so Matthew Harrow.
It's nice because then I can just be an
Matthew
asshole
Harrow.
when I talk, and it's kind of fun.
Matthew Harrow is the son of the dean, right?
They're both Matthew Harrow. He was the fourth, right? Quad?
Qua even.
Yeah.
And he disappeared, right?
Qua did.
And I have
Trey
his
did not.
I have his lanyard.
Yeah. And we've been in his room. And that's where he got the cuffs, the fisticuffs.
Oh, the cufflinks that say titties or something. What do they say? Boobs?
Bow titties.
Bow
They say
titties.
bow titties.
Botis.
Bow titties. Fredrickson, I sort of earlier on we were looking for those, missing kids, and sort of this coming back to Matthew Harrow, Trey Harrow. Yeah, maybe we need to start trying to track those, fuckers down again.
Yeah, I really kind of lost the plot on that one, so I'm glad that we were reminded of that. It's always nice when an old lead comes
we were looking
around.
for those kids, but whatever.
Yeah, it's almost as if our fucking GM finally finished the fucking editing and the music and all the things that we got to listen to our first episode and how fucking dope it sounds. Oh. And now we're reminded of all this shit that happened 6 months ago.
In my head, it's not that complicated, but I'm realizing it's very complicated.
Yes, it is. No, you're like, this is a quick intro. It might just be a one-off. I'm like, this is not.
No, I've learned that this is not. I really was like, it's not that bad. And now I'm like, oh, I've made this far too complicated for this to be anything but a full campaign.
And I think I'm like, we got to figure out what we're going to do with this tracker. I would like to hear FP's thoughts and what ideas he comes up with. I think he's a real ideas man.
But what? That fucking guy?
Yeah, I don't know. He's growing on me.
The ideas man, though?
He's had a couple good ideas. You saw he really covered for the lady waking up at the front desk. Call back to the drugs he left there. I don't know. I think we need to give him a chance.
He's barely better than a coin flip. Fruman pulls out the board and looks at the overall score.
I think it's probably at like 65% yes, 40 or 35% no at this point.
Well, he's not going to improve until we let him try.
Okay.
We can talk about it.
I mean, he is sucking less.
There you go.
He's better.
Let it out.
He's better than fucking Eggert.
I mean, doesn't take much. Fuck that guy.
Eggert.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Eggert. Just like shake my fist at the sky.
Is there what's the town we're in? Like Hargrove, Harpoon.
Harpoon. I like Harpoon. They're like, yeah, we're in New Mexico. Harpoons, whatever. Hobbs, New Mexico is where you are.
So, it is, I guess we don't know for sure that it's from March Technologies, but it most likely is, and it's a tracker. So we're trying to figure out what best way to kind of throw them off and where to put it.
Sure,
Kind of
yeah.
throw them off. My thought was to put it on the Swan boat and make it think we're in the middle of the lake by that dome. Fruman thought about putting it on a rock and putting it in the lake, but I don't know if it's waterproof.
I look around and I look for a car that has a license plate that's like somewhere south. Like, I don't know, maybe like Southern Arizona. Not that Southern Arizona has its own license plate, but I'm like Arizona, California, somewhere that's like reasonably close, but not completely out in left field. And we just stick it on that car. Unless you want to trap them and lure them here.
Well, I mean, FP, if we just want to get them off of our scent, our trail, then yeah, but we have an opportunity. It's almost as if we have this critical success of a chance to do something with this particular item, and I feel like we should maybe capitalize on the situation. So I like setting up a sting or
do we want to do that now?
Well, here's the other piece of information that we got is we talked to Eggert, our least favorite person, on the phone.
Yeah, that guy sounds like a suit, not in a good way.
Yeah, he's a real piece of work. Eggert! The IP address was for Matthew Harrow at 123 Mansion Avenue. So
maybe we ought to rock down there.
The dean or the deans. Yeah, we got to rock back down there. And March Technologies also is a like private military company / technology company that has been poking around Delta Green for a while, but connection with them in Albuquerque with a friendly that we could go talk to at some point too, named Noel.
Is there any way to like, what's the word they always use in movies? Like piggyback the signal, listen in? Like obviously this thing has an antenna, it's sending and receiving stuff. Can we stick a wire on this and like wiretap this thing? Is that a thing?
I mean, you had a critical success. So what that will take to do is you guys are going to have to take some time to find the components to like create either a plug-in to like the car speaker or like go buy a speaker and like wire it up so that it has an output basically. But I think with the critical success, I'm going to allow that to happen. So
okay. See? Ideas, man.
I tried to do a number of crimes in my life. It falls well in the category of crimes.
I like look at Fruman and I point at the tally board. I'm like, give him the tally. Give him the tally.
Fruin just turns bright red and like pulls out the marker and just like, good idea.
All right. So, should we try to go to the mansion?
Yeah, you'd have to go to Radio Shack to get the components, probably.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck yeah, let's go to Radio Shack.
Should we pull through Burger King first? I'm
Hell
kind of hungry.
yes. Hell yeah. It's
I could go
lunchtime by now.
for some chicken fries.
All right. We'll say it's 10:30, 11. They're starting to serve lunch. Burger King is open. You hear the...
Can I take your order?
Yeah. Can I have a Whopper meal with a Mountain Dew? And then
We don't have Mountain Dew.
What do you have?
We got Coke.
Mellow Yellow?
Oh, yeah. In the 90s, Mellow Yellow was like,
Mellow Yellow.
We got Mellow Yellow. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Fruman,
Vanilla shake and a medium fry.
don't you need some protein?
Worms don't eat protein.
Dairy is protein.
I glare at you and then I turn to FP. I'm like, FP, what do you
spicy
want?
chicken sandwich and some nugs. Is that,
Real chicken man. Okay.
I gotta get my protein.
Yeah, I'm like, that's protein.
All right, pull forward.
Oh yeah. I guess when we pull up to the window, I'm like, hey, have we been through here in a blue car in the past 24
Like,
hours?
Have you seen us before?
Yeah, you guys were just here.
Really?
Do I recognize this person?
No.
Fuck you, Sam.
Hey, can we look at your surveillance footage? Don't you have like video footage of everyone who comes through here? Which way did the other us turn out of this place?
You're gonna need a warrant for that, sir.
We were just here like this morning?
Yeah, same order.
Roll sanity.
You're telling me I need a warrant to see footage of myself? Come on.
What?
Do you
Come
have like
on.
a black suit and a tie? Are you like a man in black under there? What is this?
This is
Don't-
Clinton's
What's this, Bill
America. What do you
Clinton's
think?
Yeah. Don't try to big man me on this. Come on. Like whatever. Give me my chicken. And here's
Whatever again.
$20 tip because fast food workers don't get paid enough.
Thank you very much.
Fuck you.
I don't think he's taking our bribe.
I'm not bribing him.
You're just mad at him?
I'm mad at him, but also he works fast food, so I don't want to. I'm expressing my emotions while still recognizing the fact that you're not well treated, okay?
Okay. What do you guys do?
We drive to Radio Shack. We get our food.
Fruin just like leans across, he's like, what did we order last time?
God, it seemed like this.
Oh, no, that's not the voice.
It seemed like the same thing.
How long ago?
15, 20 minutes ago.
Okay.
Was it the same color car?
Looked like it. Guys, what are we doing here? This is a joke?
No.
It is to me.
I do think that Fredrickson needs to roll sanity for this.
Fine.
'Cause he is so freaked out by the
Fine.
computer thing.
Yeah.
He's really freaked out by the tracker thing.
I think FP is thoroughly convinced that
I passed.
somebody could
4
order
on 48.
5,000 chicken sandwiches and somebody could order like one milkshake, and this kid would be like, yeah, they're all the same order. It's all the same car.
Yeah, or that this kid's fucking with us.
Fruin doesn't give a shit because he's still just like going through papers and like cross-referencing like
Yeah.
the computer and
I'm like, hey, Fredrickson, do you think they're taking applications? Do you want to work here and work this job from the inside?
Me?
Yeah, you seem concerned.
Oh no, I don't think I could work in fast food.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, let's roll. They probably have a lot of grease fires. You could help with that. Anyway, let's roll.
too much automation.
Yeah.
I just don't think my lungs could handle it.
All the fast food.
It's just
Yeah, you guys make it to Radio Shack. We're going to do some like smash cut of door shutting, smash cut of the Radio Shack door opening with like the ding.
Smash cut of like Burger King bag ripping open.
Oh no.
take,
Transition
like,
is
one bite into the Big Mac, or not Big Mac, in the Whopper. I'm like,
yeah, transition is the bag opening up and it like opens up to you guys walking into the Radio Shack. Like a
Sweet.
Burger King bag
Nice.
opening up. There is a pimply faced 17-year-old kid. Hey, can I help you? Welcome to Radio Shack. Sorry, I'm new. Can I help you?
I need a spool of copper wire, 16 9-volt
Oh,
batteries,
okay.
a plastic housing,
Right. Hold on, I'm gonna get a pen. He starts writing stuff down.
2 transistors,
Uh-huh.
a couple,
capacitor too. Got it. Yep.
yep, and 4 or 5, I don't know, switches.
Oh, we got a lot of switches. Let me go to the back. And he kind of shambles off to the back.
This is in December, is that right?
No, October.
Oh, okay, dang.
You really gave into that quickly. I think it's October, right? Yes, we said it was like October 4th or 5th. I'm sorry I disappointed you.
No, it's okay.
He comes back. He's like, I think I got it all. Yeah, here you go. It's going to be, oh man, like $20. What are you guys doing?
Oh,
This
we're
is
just
pretty fun.
making a radio.
Yeah. Well, you came to the right shack.
I know.
Oh yeah.
Radio Shack.
You buy stock in this place? You think you guys are going big time, long term?
Oh, no. Should I?
I mean, technology's the way of the future, brother.
Okay. My parents wanted me to go to college, but I thought I could just invest in Radio Shack then, probably.
I think you're going to be set for life if you do that.
30 years from now, it's going to be huge.
Yeah, there'll be one on every corner. People will be walking in every minute. No one's going to buy anything on the internet. That's just a fad.
Fruman smiles and just like, think of all the franchising opportunities.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. And then he hands you the bag, and then you hear him on his phone with his investment broker.
Hey,
He's like,
can
buy
we
all Radio Shack stocks?
can we like get a headset too? It might be handy to like have a headset that like connects to this thing so we could listen to it while we do stuff. You know? if we
Oh,
want.
yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, that's right over
And
there.
then is there a way to like turn it off? Can we turn this thing off if we want to turn it off? You know, because we're listening, but they're like tracking us still.
Yeah, no, I know my mom died, and she's giving me the $100,000, but I want you to put it all in Radio Shack stock. You hear from the back.
I don't think this kid is going to be able to help us turn this
Yeah,
thing
no,
off.
I mean, I'm asking, like, is there a battery we can pull? Like, if we want to, like, not be tracked?
We looked to see if there's a battery.
Yeah, there's a battery.
I take the battery out.
Okay.
Wait, of the thing?
Well, I don't want to turn it off right now. I just wanted to know if we can.
Oh, we can.
Okay.
There's a battery.
All right, cool. That's it.
Man, you guys asked like the best question. I was thinking about how to get a lead box.
A Faraday cage, please.
So, the reason I was
Yeah.
disappointed by the October thing is that Enemy of the State came out in November of 1998, and that movie has Faraday cages. FP would not know about a Faraday cage unless he'd seen that
Unless it
movie.
was
And if
from-
he had, he would have been like, hey, can we like get stuff to like put one of these things? But he doesn't know that. So he's like, can we just turn it off if we want? Which is way simpler, but not as cool.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm like, well, do we want to? Can we do whatever you
Yeah,
guys
take
want
it
to
out
do
of
with
my
this now?
401k, put it right into Radio Shack
All
stock.
right, sweet. Hey, let's go.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Let's go.
I just take the stuff
We
and
go
I
to the-
walk out. I don't even pay because this kid, I'm like, you know what? I paid this kid well enough in knowledge. He's going to be set. $20 worth of hardware, nothing compared to the money he's going to be
Destroyed
rolling
his
in.
life. Excellent.
It's this like piece of information that like he realizes that like most people just come in there and buy only batteries, and he's inspired to like batteries plus or one or whatever
Plus.
the fuck it is, where it's like nothing but batteries. It's like, how do these fucking things still exist? We still have one across from the hospital. I'm like, the fuck is this? Who's going to this
I
store
wish
to
it
buy
was called.
batteries?
I wish it was called nothing but batteries. That's
As
a
you guys
better-
leave, you see his
nothing
last name
but batteries.
His last name is Justin Battery Plus.
What?
He's going to open up Battery Plus.
His last name is Battery Plus.
Battery Plus.
That was dumb. That was dumb.
If I just keep throwing things at you guys will never do anything. You just continue to go down different paths, and that's what I enjoy about the game. Is I can be like, what about this? What about that? What about this? Yeah, next steps.
I'm gonna try to create the thing that they want to do.
Cool.
Yeah. And I'm like, can you do it while I'm driving, or do you need me to not be driving?
That's no, I just like pop open the Suzu, like the back end of it, and like pull open like my briefcase with like my little tool thing, and I start
like,
like
okay, so no
wrapping
driving.
wire around like a pencil and like connecting it, and I just rolled a 10.
Real quick, before we drive off, I
Oh,
run back in
on the
and
50.
steal a police band radio.
Nice.
And I'm specifically listening for Blue
Man group.
Isuzu Rodeo. Yes, Blue Man Group Rodeo.
Yeah, go ahead and transfer my parents' retirement to Radio Shack stock.
Stocks, buy, as I run out the door.
Buy low, sell high.
Get a piece of the pie.
You roll the 10 on the 50. You have I guess now kind of a two-way communicator to some degree. That's fine.
Can we hear anything coming from
It's
it?
currently like,
It's currently what?
a white noise. Do you have it running through headphones? Is that what kind of the thing is now? You've got it
Yeah,
running
that's what
through
I
headphones?
assumed, that it's like I could have it on just as like a headset, you know?
Yeah, I think so.
That way, if we're like infiltrating a place, we can also like hear whoever, like, I don't know, the information that's being passed. Although I imagine that realistically, it would just be like a bunch of ones and zeros in digital format to be transmitted through radio wave. And I'm just like, oh yeah, let me do my powder routine. Yep, these ones and
Powder.
zeros are total like actual words. Or the kid from that episode of X-Files where the kid's just like
X-Files.
staring at static and
Yeah.
then he like
Yeah.
draws the
Mhm.
picture and yeah.
The powder's a great reference. I've never watched X-Files, so. Yeah, sounds good. You guys have that item. Now what? It's probably like 1 at this point.
And it's a Monday?
It's a Monday.
Like,
Campus is pretty desolate. Nobody's on campus.
nobody's on campus?
Yeah.
Like nobody?
Yeah, people just aren't in it. Like, so the Radio Shack is close to campus, and you guys have noticed people aren't going in and out of classes.
Is it like a religious holiday? Am I missing? What is today?
It's a Monday, October 6th.
Like 5th or 6th, yeah.
Okay.
I say,
yeah,
can I ask a clarifying question? Like, when you say like it's empty, is it like empty and there's like a couple people walking around, or there's like not
Yeah,
not a
there's
single person?
There's a couple people walking around for sure, but it's like empty, like you would expect the normal Monday bustle.
Strange.
Just pull up and ask somebody like, where is everybody, and are classes going on?
Okay.
You guys pull up, and there are 2 like 19-year-old girls drinking coffee.
I'm like, Furman, talk to them.
What?
Hey,
FP, what do you say?
Hey,
wait.
Just
but-
put my hand. I got this. But hey, excuse me.
Yeah?
We're new here. We're trying to
Uh-huh.
get our son enrolled in classes, but it seems to be kind of empty. Is there some kind of event going on?
Oh, didn't hear?
No.
Arrow
We're-
canceled classes.
Oh,
Oh.
why?
Why?
Well,
Does that happen a lot here?
no. I mean, Springfield, his house burned down.
Who's Springfield?
You hear me whisper that? Nice.
Oh,
I'm sorry. We
he's,
just got the brochure from our son, and so we're.
Oh,
okay.
sure. Yeah. He's one of the professors, and I think he's probably dead. So they canceled all the classes in
Okay.
honor of him, I guess.
Yeah, I guess this is a fairly small college. People probably know each other. The death of a faculty member, especially by fire unexpectedly, is probably a significantly traumatic emotional event for most people.
Yeah, you're like really. Are you a professor? You're like, yeah, he's really smart. Are you? Do you work here?
No, I'm just
I
a
look at
human
Fruman
who
to see his reaction.
cares
I would say
about other
Fruman is like
people.
deadpan, like just total blank face, like kind of turns very slowly and awkwardly towards FP as he's saying this. Are you having a seizure?
He's a doctor. Are you a doctor?
Oh,
No,
yeah. And
he is not a doctor. I am a doctor.
point to my shirt. What I didn't mention earlier, but I specifically thought when we changed at the hotel was I'm totally wearing my Dr. Feelgood t-shirt.
Oh, Dr. Feelgood. I don't really know what that means.
Oh, yeah. Motley Crue. Check it out. It's not
Motley
Motley Crue,
Crue.
actually. Or is it? Shit.
We're kind of like into jars of clay here. Have you heard jars of clay?
40 days and 40 nights. Am
yeah,
I right?
40 days and 40 nights. Yeah, that's very good, Becca.
It is Guns
Okay,
N' Roses.
well-
Jeez, I'm embarrassed.
We're all
Thanks,
really
Becca.
disappointed.
Oh, I'm Jenna. That's Becca.
Thanks, Jenna.
Yeah, no problem.
When are classes resuming?
Oh, they didn't say, but maybe tomorrow or the next day they're gonna let us know.
Okay.
Hero's giving a speech.
Okay.
Oh, when's the speech?
Oh, this afternoon. It's supposed to be at 4.
Okay.
He always hosts like a, first day of school event at the front of his house.
Oh, the speech is in front of his house.
Yeah, he's gonna talk to everybody because they got a catering thing set up. It's pretty nice.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. Becca's not lying to you.
We were supposed to meet with a guy named Cardiff. Do you know him? Is he around here?
No.
Okay.
I mean, maybe. That name sounds kind of familiar. Jenna, do you know that? Becca, I do not. I'm terrible with names. Why are you asking me about names? No, we don't know that name.
All right, sweet. Well, just thanks for the information. It was good talking with you. I'm Dr.
And who's your
Feelgood.
son?
His name is Dr. Feelgood Jr. Here you go. And I throw a bag of cocaine at them, and I'm like, drive.
I drive.
Is this candy? You hear them?
Yes.
I shout out the window, it's pixie stick dust in a bag. I have no idea why FP would do that. That's the stupidest thing to do ever.
Cut it all out.
So we have Matthew Harrow's ID.
Claw.
And there's nobody on campus, so we could use it to try to get back into like the lab or to see if my thought was to try to get back there to see if Cardiff is there. He was like the lab assistant, right? Wait, no, he was the husband
And research.
and researcher, right?
He was
Yeah.
basically like his PhD person, and husband. So it's like what, 1:30?
I mean, we definitely need to go to that speech, right?
Yeah.
Because like we're gonna be able to get, if it's catered, probably means we can get in the house
yeah.
and try to see where that computer is with the IP address. I'm pretty sure that's how it works, right? It's like a certain computer.
Yeah.
This is Fredrickson asking. This is Fredrickson asking.
Yeah, FP doesn't know. He's like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I
We
don't
all-
know.
Just in silence. Fruman's still in shock that FP was called a doctor, and so he's just not saying anything.
Yeah, Fruman's like, I can't fucking believe it.
yeah, maybe that was FP's motivation for throwing a bag of drugs at random girls. He's like, they're sad. I'm Dr. Feel Good. Here, feel better.
Right.
It's 9 o'clock. Are we done? What are we doing? You guys have driven off from the teens.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the next thing to do, my thought was we could go to the lab to see if Cardiff's there. That could be a quick thing we do, and then end with that, and then do the speech be the thing we start with the next time. But that's up to.
Are we going to try to like preempt the speech? It's like what, 1?
Yeah, it's probably like 1:30. What are you guys
My
gonna
thought
do?
was if it's all like catered and everything, it's more of like a party. We could just like get into the house during the party and not have to actually break in, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Could even pretend to be catering staff. Get back, in
Yeah.
places.
Yeah.
I'm here for that.
Let's go to the mall and get some catering outfits. I need to get a really badly fitting suit. We just all look like
It's
party
a
down.
montage.
I was to say,
that's
yeah,
like-
I was like, we just start doing party down.
It's
Is
just a
what we do.
montage
Yeah.
of Uptown Girl playing as you guys try on different suits and different clothes.
We like make FP dress up in like really ridiculous suits
Yeah.
and do like dances for us. And we're like,
Yeah, you guys are like, no. To like, he comes out in like
And
a
every
cool-
cut, I walk into the dressing room, I come out of the dressing room, and my nose is a little bit whiter and powderier.
Yeah, it's just getting wider and wider. And you're like more wild-eyed, trying on crazier and crazier clothes.
Eventually, I just start like mixing and matching different suits. I have like a leopard print jacket with like plaid suit pants, like bright white Doc Marten boots.
Just get coked out right before you guys do something that you need to like actually do.
I'm like, man, I really got into the montage. I'm sorry.
I will tell you that you guys, we'll say, so how we'll end things is you guys go to the mall, you buy suits over like an hour-long thing. We have the montage of FP trying on multiple suits, and then you guys drive over to the labs, walk in, and they're like just absolutely silent. The same computer that you guys had booby-trapped. Whatever.
and there's nobody
There's
there.
just nobody there. Lights are off. It looks like everybody's taking the day off, basically.
All right. I'm like, well, this is a great place to change into our suits and drive over to the house. And that's where we end it.
Okay.
Sweet.
Real quick, because I'm probably going to
Yeah.
forget. Before the episode ends, we flip on both the tracker
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
thing to listen for anything, and then also the police scanner that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
actually, yeah, I imagine that as we've been driving around in the car, FP's just listening to the police scanner. Since he like met those people in person, he's kind of been obsessed with that.
Sure.
He also kind of hopes
What,
that he
the
can
Canadians?
Put, yeah. Wait, what did I say? Sorry.
Oh, you just said those people?
Oh yeah, yeah. I met the Canadians. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me and I'm blanking on the guy's name now. He tasted the goo too. I told you about that. Not
Yeah.
such a bad idea.
Noah
That's right. Yeah.
and Olivia.
It's still a terrible idea. And as you're relaying this again, he's like, he tasted the goo too, and I'm just like, extra shit. like
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, I think as you guys are listening, you still are getting static, and then I think you maybe are getting some crosstalk from the police scanner, and it's mainly just like their small little police force probably setting up a little bit of security around what's probably going to be a huge event for Hobbs and for the outlying area, because this will be like basically everybody, all of the student body is invited because he's going to give a speech about, the mansion, burning down.
Do you guys think it would be better to be we've already talked about the montage of trying on outfits at the mall, but to go as like highway patrol or something? Especially if we're hearing that there's going to be like a police presence.
You guys just buy hot cops uniforms.
I think that makes us more conspicuous, though.
Yeah.
I feel like
But more
If we're gonna be-
authoritative.
authoritative. But I
Yeah.
feel like if we're going to be sneaking around inside, I want to be more inconspicuous.
I mean, Fruman, if you want to, I'm not going to stop you. But as you saw with those girls we just spoke to, my authoritativeness comes from my ability to convince people to do things, not demanding that authority be given to me.
What?
You know, if people think I'm in like a monkey suit, I can probably convince them. But if I'm in a cop suit, I probably can't.
You can make people think things?
Sometimes, I mean, not always. You know, it's a give and take.
Huh.
It's like a hypnotist, but without the bullshit.
And people respond to you positively?
Yeah. I mean, you know, generally you respond positive. You put positivity out there, you get it back, you know, but you just kind of like also have this steering thing. You know, I'm generally not bullshitting those girls. I mean, everything that came out of my mouth was, but I truly feel bad that, you know, they are at this school where, well, maybe I also feel bad because I'm the one who kicked the gasoline into the house. But, you know, we talked about this last night.
Fruman is trying to like surreptitiously take notes, like you can like interact with people and make them do things. Like, question mark?
Normal human question mark.
I see him type that and I'm like, maybe change make to convince or win them
Convince?
over. Make is kind of creepy.
He immediately closes the laptop and is like, what? I don't know what you're talking about.
Is that a good voice?
Yeah.
Let's start recording. Oh, yeah. God damn. I'm an idiot. I recorded ourselves. We need to
Good
do all this
God,
stuff.
Sam.
Shut up. Shut up, Aubrey. God.
All right.
We're fighting.
And we're going. Yep. All right. I'm
Okay,
recording.
everybody recording, and then we'll do our little clappies. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Today we did 24 and a half seconds of silence.
Wow. And we were so good at it.
I sing The Little Mermaid in my head.
Did you? Nice.
A whole new world.
No, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. That's what it sounded like Patrick
I
was
thought you were
singing.
doing ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, like Amber.
Oh, no. Although there's still a 311 mural I saw in Crossroads.
Really?
Yeah, which is sick.
Are they from Kansas City? They're
No,
not
they're
from
from
Kansas.
Omaha.
No.
They've got a whole
Why is
song
there a
about
mural
it
of
called Omaha Styley.
Okay. You
I don't know
act
how
as
you
though
don't-
that's like common knowledge.
Yes, everybody has a deep and abiding love for 311 in this podcast, I think, right?
They're okay.
Yes. Clearly.
Okay. Well, Amber is not the color of any of your energies. Okay, so anything anyone wants to get off their chest before we start?
You ever feel like that
Nice. I knew I could count on someone to say something.
thing about 311 being like a reference to the KKK because K is the third letter of the alphabet and the 11th letter of the alphabet and there's three of them. Like listen to their music and I'm like, this makes no
What?
sense. That was like a thing at
No.
my school and I'm like, if these
I have
people are
never heard that
Klansmen,
before.
I am.
If these people are Klan.
Well, I mean, this is where it started. Like, there's like 15 layers of sort of like uncovering some like, you know, deep wicked shit from where they come from. Like, you know, Amber's the color of your energy to like Sig Hail. And
Yeah.
then just the progression of that since the 90s to now when you just get to march around with Nazi flags, which I mean, also cool, I guess.
Yeah, I guess that's true. If they are,
Yeah.
311, if you're listening to this, it's time to come out, guys. Come out as Klansmen. We're ready. We know your fucking secret.
And we're
New
exposing your
podcast
ass.
idea.
I feel like
Expose
that,
311.
that theory was thoroughly in the Marilyn Manson removed his ribs.
Oh, 100%.
Sure.
100%.
Yeah.
That's definitely circulating.
Circling back to that from, what was that, episode 1?
Yeah.
Oh God, did we already talk about
And
it?
then we,
At
then we
least
lasted for a
once.
long time about jism.
Yeah. So you guys talked about pumping the
Yeah,
stomach.
we're
with jism.
idiots.
Truly.
So, yeah. Okay, cool. Well, with that little tidbit on 311 being Nazis or whatever,
Please don't sue us. Focus on whatever, not the Nazi part.
focus on the family. Focus on the family.